I introduced to you is I equals BRT, and the other formula is on finding S, the accumulated amount of the maturity value, and that is B plus I. If you know the interest amount, add that to the principal, you can easily get S. Or since I equals to BRT, we can factor out B plus BRT, factor out B. So your formula now becomes S equals to P times 1 plus RT. So there are two versions of finding S. Either you do it this way, P plus I, or P times 1 plus RT as the formula. Okay, what about this one? Have you done this? Saya suruh you sambungkan. You want the amount of interest charge. Oh, no. You want to find R, given that the amount of interest charge was 1980. Okay, first of all, what is that 12,000 ringgit? 12,002 is?
Principal.
That is the principal, the amount borrowed or the amount invested. That should be the principal, the original amount borrowed or invested. In this case, P equals to 12,000. What else do we know? He agreed to settle the loan in full at the end of 3 years. So we know T. What is T?
3 years.
And another thing that's given to us is I, the interest amount, and that is 1980. What is it that you want to find?
Rate.
Rate, R. Rate. Okay, based on what we have here, which formula should we use? Which formula, class? You have P, you have I equals to?
PRT.
Yeah, because the only thing that's missing is R. So have you got your R? What is R? Masukkan je semua ni dalam formula ya. What is R?
5.5%.
5.5%. Yes. 5.5%. Does everybody get that?
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah. Any problem, anyone? No?
No.
No, good. Next. What about this one? How much is the amount left in the account? How much? I don't know the answer, so I'm looking it up. But what did you get? What did you get?
Saya dapat 3417.5%.
Sorry? Repeat that, please.
RM3,417.5.
Yes, that's the answer. Orang lain dapat jawapan lain ke? Atau tak tahu buat? Dapat jawapan lain? Jawapan sama? Ada tak yang tak tahu buat? Ada tak? Okay, I think sama. For a question like that, it's easier to see if you draw the timeline. Remember the timeline? I like the timeline because I can see clearly what's given and what's required when I've put everything down on the timeline. Okay, 4,500 is the amount invested. So here, I'm going to put 0 here. That is P, yeah? P is 4500. What else do you know? Rate, 10.5%. He withdrew 2,500 ringgit from the account 3 years later. So here, he withdrew how much? 2,500. So you need to subtract 2,500 from the account. You want the balance here. Betul? Balance kan? Ni nak cari. How much money is left in the account after the 2,500 ringgit withdrawal. So what should we do? Logically, what should we do? Huh? Class? What should we do? We have P, we have R, we have T. What should we do now?
Find I.
Find
I.
I. Why do you need to find I?
Or find S.
No. I'm just asking you, why do we need to find I? Saya tak kata salah kan? Saya cuma tanya, why?
Because ada R, ada T, and ada P.
Yeah, so you can find I. And what can you do with I?
Can plus P to find S.
Correct. Yes. In other words, you want to find S. Yeah?
Ya, betul.
Yes. So to find S, you can use either P times 1 plus RT. It's more direct compared to using S equals to P plus I, because if you use the second formula, you need to calculate the interest amount. Whereas if you use the first formula, you have P, you have R, you have T. And directly, it can give you the S amount. Yep. So that's what I'm going to use, the first formula. But it's not wrong if you find I first, add that to P in order to find S. Betul, tak salah langsung. Markah penuh. Kalau semua betul lah. Okay, so what do you get for S class? RM?
3,000.
Louder.
3,470 and 50 cent.
70?
717.
17.
3417? Like that?
5%. 50 cent.
3417.50. Betul?
Ya.
Betul?
Ya.
Okay, so S kat sini is equal to 3417.50. But what happens here? Dia withdraw 2,500 ringgit kan? Dia tak withdraw the whole amount. Dia cuma withdraw 2,500 ringgit. So to find the balance, balance, that would be S minus
2500.
2500. And that's why the answer is, what is the answer again?
Sorry dok.
Yeah.
Dia punya S 5917.50.
Jawapan dia apa? Oh, jawapannya 3417.50. Oh, okay. Kenapalah saya buat macam tu? Kan saya boleh erase easily. Yeah, thank you for that. So S is RM
917.
5.50. 5917.50. We want S. You need to find S first. Then only you figure out how much money is left in the account after 2,500 ringgit was deducted from S. And ini yang jadi 3417.50. Betul?
Betul.
Betul.
Boleh ya? What about this one? Ini example 9. You want to find R.
Saya tak dapat.
Interesting. Orang lain?
9.32%.
9.32%.
Sama.
Sama.
Okay, 9.32% is the answer.
Ah.
Okay. Apa tu?
Apa?
Turn off the mic, please.
Warna pink ke?
Astagfirullahaladzim.
Ada
Apa yang
diamond bawah?
itu?
Habis, Mike.
Apa yang pink tu? Okay.
Sorry.
Salmi, siapa? Mak you ke?
Kakak saya bising sekejap.
Kakak. Salmi borrowed 15,000 ringgit from a bank. So what is that? 15,000 ringgit is your
P.
15 P. That is P. You want to find R. Dan dia kata simple interest per annum. Per annum interest is calculated once a year. Find R if the amount paid to the bank 2 months later
Times.
was 15,233. Apa ni?
S.
S. So you have T, you have S, you have P, you want to find R. Betul?
Dah.
How do we get this? How do we find R?
S minus P.
S minus P in order to
find
get,
to find the interest.
you find the interest amount first. Kenapa you tak guna formula S equals to P times 1 plus RT?
Saya takut saya salah.
Takut salah kira. Tapi boleh tak?
Boleh.
Boleh, tak ada masalah. Yes, you can use this formula because we have S, we have P, we have T, so we can easily get R. By the way, how do we get R here? 1 plus RT equals to, what happens when you move P to the left? Divide kan? S over P, isn't it? Sebab kat sini dia darab, bawah sana dia divide lah kan? You want RT first, so RT would be S over P minus 1. And T then, bukan T, you nak R. So R equals to 1 over T because the operation on the left is times. So when you move T to the right, it will be divide. So 1 over T times S over P minus 1. Memang nampak leceh sikit, tapi sebenarnya tak susah mana pun, boleh buat. Okay, cuma kalau you takut silap, dapatkan I dulu. Because you know that S equals to P plus I. To find I, that will be the difference between S and P. Dah dapat I, boleh masukkan dalam formula I equals to PRT. Because this formula is simpler compared to that formula. To get R, just guna I equals to PRT. Faham? Cuba yang salah tu cuba buat balik. Kenapa you salah? Saya nak tahu. 2 months. What is T? What is T?
2 over 12.
2 over 12. Now, the amount borrowed was 15,000 and the amount paid was 15,233. Sebenarnya tak perlu kira pun kita dah nampak dah I equals to 233 ringgit. Betul? Betul tak?
Yes.
Cuba kira balik.
Jawapan last dia tadi apa?
Dia dapat apa?
Saya rasa saya salah sebab salah tekan kalkulator.
Dia dapat apa sekarang?
943.1
9?
43.1.
943.1. Rate. Rate cannot be that big, that large, that high.
I don't.
Ah,
Sekejap saya kira balik.
kira balik. Make sure you can get the answer. And you know how to use your calculator. T T is 1/6, or 2/12. Are you done?
Sekejap sikit lagi.
Orang lain dapat tak? Yang tadi tak dapat jawapan, cuba lagi, dapat tak jawapan sekarang? And if you do, what is your answer? Two point five eight. No. 2.59. No. Check balik kat mana you salah. Okay, look at 1/t. T you know is 2/12 or 1/6. So 1 divided by 1/6 will be 1 times 6 per 6. So your R yang you nak cari tu would be 6 times S you, what is S? 15,233 over 15,000 minus 1. Try again. And don't forget, you need to multiply with 100% because rate kena beri bentuk percentage. Have you got it?
Doktor, jawapan
Dah dapat.
tu ke?
Okay, what is it?
Saya dapat 9.32 tapi nak jadikan 0.0932 ke biar je 9 point.
Apa Ibat? 0.09? 0.0932.
Saya dapat puluhan yang 9.32% tu. Tapi saya nak tanya, nak jadikan macam yang atas ni ke, yang perpuluhan tu?
Jadikan yang ni.
Okay.
9.32%. Patutnya you dapat yang atas tu baru dia jadikan ni kan? 9.32% kan? You times 100 kan? Baru jadi 9.32 je tak? Orang lain dapat tak? 9.32%?
Dapat.
Dapat.
Ada tak yang masih tak dapat? Macam mana? Macam mana berdapat? Okay. Let's lihat 1/t ni. 1/t ni. 1/t is 1/, what is it t? 2 months. So 2 months maknanya 2/12. 2/12 is 1/6 kan? Atau biarkan je dulu. So 1 divided by 2/12 is equivalent to 1 times 12/2 or 12/2. Simplify, ia dapatlah 6. Faham? Faham tak? Faham? Okey ya. Ada lagi yang masih tak faham? Ada lagi? Okay. In that case, moving on. How about this one? Dah buat? Apa yang dapat?
Tak
Oh,
faham.
jawapan. Tak faham soalan.
Tak faham yang the sum of money to triple.
How long does it take for a sum of money? So this sum of money is principal. Okay, to triple its value, maknanya S equals to 3P. 3 times P, triple. S adalah 3 kali whatever principal amount yang you invest. R is 20%. We want to find T. So masuk je formula. S equals to P times 1 plus RT, where S equals to 3 times the principal amount, equals to P times 1 plus 0.2T. We want P. We want to solve for T. 3P over P? 3P over P?
2,
2, right? Mana datang 2? 3P over P
3.
equals to 1 plus 0.2T. Yeah, that is 3. Potong je P tu. Kira balik. Dapat tak 10 years? 0.2T is 2. 0.2 is 2 over 10 kan? Betul tak? Kas. 0, oops. 0, oh ya. Susahlah tak ada meja. Kekok saya dia buatnya. 0.2T equals to 3 minus 1, 2. But 0.2 is 2 over 10. T equals to 2. So what is T then?
10 years.
Dapat
2
10.
times 10 over 2. Dapatlah 10. Okay, class? Faham?
Okay.
Yeah, it can be quite tricky sebab you are not given a sum of money tu, you are not given the exact amount. Dia hypothetical je. Any question about example 12? No? Are you okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on. What
Okay.
about this one? What is that for this one? What is it that you want to find?
P.
E. Initial. What does initial mean? Initial saving. What does initial mean? Initial?
Permulaan.
Permulaan. Permulaan. So you want to find P actually. Yeah. What is P? So what is P? What do you get for P?
5,000.
5,000 ringgit.
5,000.
Orang lain dapat? Orang lain dapat?
Dapat.
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 No problem ni. Okay. Saya cadangkan you gonna timeline if you can't really understand atau you want to make sure that you've interpreted the question correctly. Alright. Habis. That was the last. So far. Okay. With simple interest. Faham?
Faham.
Now, what we want to do today till 150 inshallah is to look at T when T is not given in terms of years or months. You know that if T is given in months, you need to divide by 12 to convert it into years, because in the formula T must be in years. But what happens when T is given in days? And normally you are given the beginning date and the ending date. the date when you invest your money or when you make the loan, and the date when you need to pay off the money, or when you want to withdraw, or look at how much amount has accumulated in your account. Ada 2 dates given. So T would be in number of days lah kan. Macam mana kita nak buat? I think when I introduced this chapter to you, I said if T is given in days, you need to divide by 360 or 365, because in 1 year you have 365 and a quarter days, or 366 when there is a leap year. What is a leap year?
Tahun lompat.
Tahun lompat. When do you get tahun lompat? And how often does it occur? How does it happen?
4 tahun sekali.
Setahun sekali? Are you sure?
4 tahun sekali.
4 tahun
4 tahun
sekali. But how can you tell whether a given year is a leap year? For example, this year, 2022. Is it a leap year?
No.
Why not?
February only 28.
Yes. Because in February of this year, if you check the calendar, dah lepas dah itu, we have 28 days. Itu kalau you tengok calendar. But without looking at the calendar, let's say I give you the year 1800. Is that a leap year? You nak tengok kalender apa? Kan? Okay, senang je. To find out whether you have a leap. Yes. Dia tak boleh masuk sebab dia masuk lambat. Yeah. Mana dia? Saya ingat saya dekat ni. Okay, Faiz, admit. Kalau you lewat, dia kadang-kadang bar you from masuk kelas. Lecturer Google Meet ni strict juga. Okay, now, where were we? Right. So, I was talking about the leap year kan? Leap year kan?
Yes.
Yeah. So, how can you tell whether a given year is a leap year or not? Very easy. If you take 2020, is that a leap year? The year 2020? Oops. 2020 mana kesa. Okay.
Yes.
2020. Yes. Why?
Because can divide by 4.
Exactly. The formula or the tip to find out whether a given year is a leap year or not is to divide that year by 4. If you get an integer, no remainder, tak ada baki, apa you dapat ni? Actually, you don't need to look at the whole of 2020. Just ambil the last 2 digits pun tak apa. 20 over 4. Do you get an integer? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ada baki
Yes.
Tak ada. 5.
tak? 5. So if there is no baki, no remainder, when you divide the last 2 digits of the year by 4, then you have a leap year. So 2020 is a leap year. Leap year. What about 2022 this year? If you divide by 4 or simply 22 divided by 4, apa you dapat?
5.5.
5 point?
5.
5 point?
5.
Saya dengar 5.1. 5.5. Kan? Or 5.5 kan? So, not an integer, therefore not a leap year. Not a leap year. So that's how you can tell. It matters that you consider whether the year is a leap year or not, because in a leap year, What happens to the month of February? Leap year? What happens to the month of February? February ni special sikit.
29.
We have 29 days. So February equals to 20, has 29 days. Manalah kesa saya hilang? Leap year So kalau leap year, February has 29 days. Ada orang tak yang birthday dia 29th of February dalam kelas ni? Tak ada. Untung special breed ni yang birthday dia 29 February. Okay, otherwise, how many days do we have in February? Yes? Kalau tak 29? How many days in February? Biasa 28 days in February. Okay, now having said all that, let me introduce you to the several concepts or several terms that you need to know when you want to compute time. All right, first of all, we have exact time, masa tepat. Exact time means you want specific number of days within the time period. Time period ni, why time period? Because as I said earlier, you are given the beginning date and the ending date. Okay? So you have 2 dates. You need to count the number of days, the exact number of days between those 2 days. And that is exact time. We also have ordinary or approximate time. Now we simply assume that every month has 30 days. When you know that that is not the case, because as you can see, February has 28 days and sometimes 29 days. What about January? How many days in January?
31.
31. What about April?
30.
30.
And so on and so forth. So, saya tak tahu you dah belajar ke tidak ni kalau tak tengok kalender lah. Using your knuckle to determine the number of days in a month. Pernah belajar tak? You begin with this. Oh, you tahu. Okay, good. You begin with the bonggol tu that represents January. So yang bonggol tu ada 31 days. Yang lekuk tu ada less than 29 days. So we begin with January, 31 days. Lekuk, February, 28 or 29 days. And then bonggol balik, March. March has 31 days. And then lekuk, April, 30 days. Okay? So that's how you go. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So July ada 31 days. And then you sambung with August, 31 days. So July and August are the only 2 months with 31 days. Yang lain-lain tu semua alternate between 31 and 30 or 28, 29. Normally 30 lah except for February tu. Okay, jangan salah tu. So, when we use ordinary time, we simply assume that every month has 30 days, including February. Tak main dah 28 hari, kita terus round off dia jadi 30 days. January ke February ke semua ada 30 days. Okay, next. Exact simple interest is when interest is calculated using 365 days per year. Biasanya memang in a year we have 365 days lah, exact simple interest. But ordinary simple interest is when interest is calculated using 360 days per year. Okay, just genap kerja 360. Nanti kan you tengok macam mana kita nak combine between exact time or ordinary time with exact simple interest and ordinary simple interest. You kena combine dua-dua tu. Banker's rule is the exact time over ordinary simple interest. So katalah exact time, your exact number of days, you kira-kira, you count the number of days, you get X. And since you divide by ordinary simple interest, so maknanya you divide by 360. Okay? Confused?
No.
Tak, boleh. Contoh. Find the difference between the amounts of ordinary simple interest and exact simple interest on 6,000 ringgit at 12% for 120 days. Okay, I have the solution, so I'm just going to show it to you because we want to compare between exact simple interest and ordinary simple interest. Number of days here is 120 days, yeah? So jangan confuse between exact time dengan exact simple interest. Exact time you're referring to the number of days between two given dates. Exact simple interest pula maknanya you divide by 365. Oops. 365. Tapi kalau can also be 366 kalau ada leap year, exact simple interest tu. So ada time, ada simple interest. Nama depan tu je sama, exact or ordinary. So, back to this problem. Kita nak cari difference between the amounts of ordinary simple interest and exact simple interest. Maknanya interest lah kan? Interest, where P is 6,000, rate is 12%, T is 120 days. Tapi ni days. So nak convert into years, tu yang kita guna ordinary simple interest or exact simple interest. Oops, sorry. Okay, kalau ordinary simple interest, the interest amount would be P times R times T. Your T would be 120 over 360 sebab ordinary simple interest. Ini tadi, ordinary simple interest, we assume there are 360 days per year. Okay, so you divide the number of days by 360. And the total interest is 240 ringgit. But if we use exact simple interest, I now is 120, your T now is 120 over 365. Exact simple interest. Number of days too, you divide by 365. So ada beza kan? Yang mana lebih menguntungkan kalau you invest money? Kalau you buat investment, you nak guna ordinary SI or exact SI?
Ordinary SI.
Ordinary because you get more money out of it. Faham?
Faham?
Faham? Any question?
No.
No. Sikit je actually difference dia. 3 ringgit and 29 cents. Cila gigi je. Okay, next. Tapi ni sebab 120 days. Kalau lagi lama, lagi tinggi lah kan. Alright. Now, on 15 August 2020, Sally borrowed 10,000 ringgit at 7.5% per annum simple interest. If she pays off the loan with interest on 26 December of the same year, Find the period of the loan using exact time and the interest that she has to pay by using the banker's rule. Banker's rule tadi apa? Exact time over
Ordinary.
ordinary. Exact time over ordinary SI, which is 360. Sudah. Okay, timeline. Sebab saya suka sangat timeline. Kat mana saya nak contohin timeline saya? Kat atas ni boleh? Okay, mula cerita you bila? 15 August 2020. 15 August 2020. Sally borrowed 10,000 ringgit. What is that? 10,000 ringgit tu.
Principal.
Principal P. At 7.5%, R equals to 7.5%, 0.075 per annum simple interest. If she pays off the loan with interest on 26 December, 26/12 of the same year. Okay, with interest tu. So apa you nak apa you nak kira kat sini? Dia tak bagi you berapa S kan? Kan? Betul kelas?
Betul.
Dia nanti
Boleh cari tak?
boleh.
Boleh. Boleh. Kita boleh cari S. Kita tak diberi, tapi kita boleh cari S. Provided you know your T. Betul?
Betul.
Now, kita nak guna exact time. So kalau exact time, you want to count exactly how many days there are between 15th August and 26th December. And to do that, you buat macam ni. You go month by month, beginning with 15th August. So in August, you know there are 31 days altogether. So you go 31 minus 15. Sebab you mula dengan, you tak kira 15 hari bulan tu tahu. Sebab you nak kira 26 hari bulan Disember tu. So we disregard the 15th of August. So we go, 31, August ada 31 days. So you go 31 minus the first 15 days. So the balance left in August is 16 days. Okay, to August. Lepas August, September, ada 30 days. Followed by October, 31 days. Itulah, it's very useful kalau you guna naka ni, kalau you tak ada kalender lah. And then November, 30 days. And where do you stop? 26 December tu. So for December, kita ada 26 days. Kita dah disregard yang 15 Ogos tu tadi, tapi kita ambil kira 26 December. Faham kelas?
Faham.
Faham? So total them up, we get 133 days. That is the period of the loan, 133 days. Then what do you want to find? Interest that she has to pay by using the banker's rule. Okay, formulanya adalah exact time over 360. We get the exact time, 133 days. So you divide je lah by 360, 40. Okay. So I equals to 277.08. Maka apa S? What is S? Dia tak tanya, saya tanya. Apa S? Kelas? The accumulated amount.
10,000
10,000.
277 8 sen.
0.08. Yep. That is your S. P plus I. Faham?
Faham.
Faham Dia tak susah, cuma takut you confuse. Lain dia minta, lain yang you cari. Lain konsep yang you guna. Any question here? Do you have any question? No. Cuba buat ni. You want to use ordinary time and ordinary simple interest. Cuba buat dulu ya. $12.48. Dah? Dapat tak? Plus?
Not yet.
But do you know what to do?
Yes.
Cuba dulu. Saya ambil attendance ya. While you do that. Ni dah ada jawapan tapi ada macam Discord. Oh, tak ada jawapan. Good. Sekejap ya, I need to call up someone. Kejap ya. Are you done, class? Belum? Yes? No? Can you hear me?
Sikit lagi.
Sikit lagi. Okay. Teruskan. Ambil attendance. 14. Amir? Amir, are you there? Ada.
Ada.
Alverina? Alverina?
Ada.
Faris?
Ada.
Azimuddin?
Ada.
Aiman?
Ada.
Faiz?
Ada.
Arif? Alif?
Ada.
Faris Irfan?
Ada.
Firdaus?
Ada.
Ada. Hari tu you tak ada, Firdaus? Hari tu bila tu? Monday? No, Tuesday. You tak ada?
Apa dia?
You tak ada on Tuesday? You tak datang? Tengok attendance tu. Saya teluhkan, saya bulatkan. You tak datang kan?
Ada masalah sikit.
Masalah apa tu?
Family.
Harith? Try not to skip class ya, class.
Ada.
Harith?
Ada.
Hazazi. Hazazi ada.
Ada.
Azrael?
Ada.
Khairul?
Ada.
Azik?
Ada doktor.
Rizwan?
Ada doktor.
Pun hari tu you tak datang ya, Rizwan?
Ya.
Tak datang hari tu? Selasa?
Hari tu masuk. Lepas tu line saya tu. Asyik-asyik terkeluar. Line slow.
Line tak okey, tapi you ada masuk lah.
Saya masuk.
Kalau you masuk, saya ubah kepada excuse. Syaiful?
Ada doktor.
Muntas ada. Ayu ni? Adriana? Ada tak?
Ada.
Ayu?
Ada.
Zulaika?
Ada.
Wafin?
Ada.
Nizam? Nizam Izzuddin?
Ada doktor.
Ada. Dania? Dania?
Ada doktor.
Ini kelas you all bersambung sebab saya buat masa ni kan. Sorry lah ya. Boleh lagi ya? Nizam and Daniel?
Boleh.
Steady lagi. Okay, back to dah siap? Dah siap belum? Kelas? Yes or no?
Doktor. Saya lupa nak beritahu. Ada student pindah nama dia Hafiz. Dia ada dalam ni ke?
Kenapa dia?
Nama dia Hafiz. Dia student UiTM Arau. Then dia transfer to UiTM Jasin.
Oh, baru transfer.
Baru je 2-3 hari lepas.
Dan dia join kelas kita.
Yes doktor.
Dia ada ke? Dia tahu tak kita buat kelas guna GM?
Tahu dia ada dalam grup kelas. Dah dia semua.
Dia ada tak hari ni? Mana apa nama Hafiz? Hafiz. I don't see any. Hazrul Hafiz juga.
Muhammad Hafiz tak silap. Muhammad Hafiz nama dia.
Muhammad Hafiz.
Dia tak masuk
Tadi? Dia tak masuk. Bila dia pindah? Dia tak terjadual. Oh yalah, sebab ini kelas bukan our common class kan, bukan our normal class. Mungkin dia ingat petang kali
maybe dia tak tahu kot.
Dia part 1 jugalah.
Ada Pak Wan juga.
Okay. Tak apalah, Monday, Tuesday nanti dia adalah kot, insyaAllah. Okay, are you done? Dah belum?
Sudah.
Dah siap. Okay. What do you get for the interest rate? R. Dapat tak?
4.4%.
4.4%. Boleh share tak? Saya nak tengok. Boleh share?
Boleh.
Thank you. Siapa yang share tu?
Mumtaz.
Oh, Mumtaz. Rajin betul lah Mumtaz ni. Next time, I want the girls ya, sebab saya jarang sangat dengar daripada, except for Adriana. Yang lain semua jarang dengar. Dah Mumtaz? Dah share?
Sudah.
Okay. Okay. Oh Allah. Alright, now kita besarkan sikit. Okay, that's a question. Ali borrowed 3,000 ringgit on 25th May and paid 3,029 ringgit and 25 cents on 13th August of the same year to settle the loan. Dia tak kata which year. So, you anggap ini tak melibatkan leap year. Kalau dia tak cakap leap year atau tidak, ataupun dia tak bagi that exact year, you anggap tahun biasa je lah. Tak melibatkan leap year, okay? Determine the interest rate by using ordinary time and ordinary simple interest. Ordinary time. Ordinary time means kita nak assume every month ada. Class? Every month ada berapa hari? Ayu ni? Adriana? Ordinary time? What do we assume?
30 hari ataupun 31 hari.
Louder?
30 hari ataupun 31 hari.
No.
30 hari saja.
30 hari saja. Tak boleh 31 hari. Okay. Ordinary time atau approximate time ya. We approximate every month ada 30 days. Kalau ordinary simple interest pula
360.
360. 1 year ada 360 days. So ni 30 days in a month. Ini pula 360 days in a year. In a year. Ni in a month. Alright. Now, you want to find R. You are given P and S. On a timeline, rupa dia macam ni. On 25th May, Ali borrowed 3,000 ringgit. So that is your P, 3,000 ringgit. and he paid, that he paid, so that is S 3029.25 on 13th August of the same year. Obviously, you can find T. Dah dapat T, baru boleh cari R. Okay. Now, macam mana Mumtaz buat? Dapatkan I dulu, which is the difference between S and P. And that comes up to RM29.25. Betul? Sebab dia nak guna formula I equals to PRT. Sebab tu dapatkan I. Now, kalau you nak cari guna time dia guna ordinary time, we begin on 25th May kan? So in May ada 30 days. 30 minus the first 25 days tu ada, kenapa 6? 30 minus 25? Thus?
Sorry, tak tukar.
It should be 5 days. June ada 30 days, July ada 30 days, August. You stop berapa hari? Berapa bulan? 13. So yes, 13 days in August. Jangan pula you ambil August pun 30 days sebab kita stop on 13th of August. So you want the first 13 days of August. 1st to 13 August. Betul. So you campurkan, you dapat bukan 79, it should be 78. So 78 over 360 because we are using ordinary simple interest. Very good. Maka masukkan dalam formula and find R. It's 78. Bukan 79. Kira sikit. So 2925 equals to berapa ni? 3000 times 78 over 360. Berapa you dapat?
650.
18?
No, 650 je.
650. 650. Lepas you bagi 360 lah.
Iya.
650. Saya tak ada calculator, jap mana 650 So 650 R. So what is R?
4.5.
4.5. 4.5%. Tak perlu beri macam ni pun tak apa. Terus je bagi dalam bentuk percent. 4.50 ke? 4.50% or 4.5%. 4.5% pun boleh. 4.50% pun boleh. Faham? Faham? Faham. Boleh tak guna formula yang lagi satu tu? S equals to P times 1 plus RT. Boleh tak? Kelas? Mumtaz used I equals to PRT, but can I use S equals to P times 1 plus RT? Can I use this formula to find R? Yes or no?
Boleh.
Boleh. You have S, you have P, you have T. The only thing that's missing is R, and that is what you need to find anyway. Any question about this?
No.
No. Okay, kalau tak ada, saya punya slide dah habis. Saya bagi you soalan untuk buat. Sebalik few tau. Sebab lagi banyak you buat, the better you become. Okay, buat ni dulu. While I look for other questions. Banyak on bankers rule. So the one that I give you just now is quite similar to what we just discussed, the one that we just discussed. RM lah, nampak pelik without RM. Now, kita boleh cari T. T can be found. What is T? You nak guna banker's rule, so you need exact time. Betul, class? Betul, exact time. So T can be found. P tak tahu, you nak cari. Find the initial deposit, maknanya find P. What is P? And a total of 12,499 was withdrawn from the fund. Okay, apa ni? 12,499 ni apa? Is that S?
Yes, yes.
S. Kita anggap dia sebagai S. Okay? Sebab kita tak ada P. So we need either I or S to help us find the value of P. Kita tak boleh anggap S is some other entity, some other value yang dan 12,499 is deducted from S. Sebab kalau macam tu S pun dia tak tahu, P pun tak tahu, tak boleh nak gerak lah kan. Tapi having said that, saya rasa soalan ni patutnya boleh diperbaiki lagi, boleh dibaik pulih lagi. Dia kena kata a total of 12,499 was withdrawn from the fund. Adakah itu amount yang betul-betul ada? Ataupun sebenarnya ada amount yang terkumpul ataupun ada amount terkumpul yang lain, cuma dia bawa keluar 12,499 out of that amount. Do you understand what I'm saying, class? Faham tak? Macam soalan tadi kan? Soalan tadi clear. Dia nak check, dia dah buat withdrawal dekat ujung cerita tu, ujung kanan tu. So you nak tahu how much tinggal lagi dalam account. So you tahu ada baki lagi duit dalam account. Betul? Tadi, contoh tadi, faham tak? Yang ini tak berapa clear sama ada 12,499 tu adalah the actual amount accumulated for the period of T, for the time period, ataupun ada amount lain dan dia nak bawa keluar 12,499 from that actual amount, actual S. Kurang clear lah pada saya. Alright, now tapi kita assume itu adalah S sebab kita tak ada P, kita nak cari P. Apa formula nak guna? Apa sebelum tu, sebelum boleh cari P, you need to find T using the banker's rule. So mula dengan The month of January. Ni January sampai Jun ni. Cerita dia. January. So for the month of January, berapa hari lagi tinggal? 31 minus the first 2 days. So you ada
29.
29.
9 days in January. February, how many days?
28.
Careful now. 2007. Is that a leap year?
No.
No.
So kalau bukan leap year, how many days in February?
28.
28. Yes. March?
31.
31. April?
30.
30. May?
31.
31. And finally June.
30.
Okay. Total that up. How many days do you get?
117.
117. 117. Saya tak kira ni. Saya tunggu jawapan you je.
179.
179.
179. 179. So number of days is 179. So orang lain betul Dia tahu by now macam mana nak kira the number of days kan? Kena tunjuk month by month tu. Kena tunjuk. Ada markah. You tak tunjuk, you lah markah. Okay. So, nak dapatkan R. Is it R? No, P. Formula apa kita nak guna? Formula? Class? Formula? Nak dapat P? Kena panggil nama ni. Tak menyaut.
S equal P1 plus RT.
Saya takut you ada ngantuk ni. Tak apa. Lepas ni last. Lepas ni saya lepaskan you. P times 1 plus RT. Okay. Masukkan je lah. You nak solve for P. So, P in this case would be S over 1 plus RT. Where S, you ambil sebagai 12,499. And you, maknanya dia withdraw duit tu, kalau ini adalah S, dia withdraw duit tu dan tutup account. Tak ada duit langsung dah. Itulah soalan dia very misleading. 12,499 over 1 plus R. Your R is 10%, so 0.1 T. Cuba kira balik, dapat tak? Yang tak dapat tadi. Oh, T kita dah tahu. T is 179. What is T class? 179 over
360.
360. So 0.1 times 179 over 360. Okay. So from here, can you find P? Cuba buat.
11,000 7 21 sen.
Tak dengar.
11,000
Ya.
907 ringgit 21 sen.
Lain daripada jawapan yang daripada saya. Orang
Bila
lain?
dia RM11,906.96.
Betul.
Betul?
Betul. Yang you punya RM907 tu you buntarkan dekat mana tu?
Bunda.
You buntarkan tak?
Tak.
Tak. Sekejap, saya cari kalkulator.
Sebab yang awal-awal tadi saya salah dekat bulan Februari saya buat berapa?
So number of days you salah lah. It's not 179 lah.
Yang mula-mula jawapan saya yang apa? 11,903.
So buat Februari berapa hari?
Gigi buat 29 hari.
Tak boleh. Sebab 2007 is not a leap year. So dia kena 28 days. Lagi, di mana lagi kesilapan you buat yang buatkan tak dapat jawapan? The correct answer is 11,000. P equals to RM 11,906 ringgit and
96
cents. Boleh kelas?
boleh doktor.
So try not to round off anything ya. You boleh tekan sikit hit equal. Lepas tu kira lagi hit equal. Ataupun you kira denominator tu dulu. And then you go numerator over answer. Boleh juga. Terus bagi final answer. Okay, saya stop kat sini lah ya. Ada banyak lagi. You habiskan on your own. Soalan final tu pun kena buat. Banyak saya bagi tadi. So Monday, no. Keep saying Monday. We meet on Tuesday. Tuesday kita proceed. Kita discuss. Yang saya bagi latihan yang saya bagi tadi. Boleh? You memang kena make sure you faham semua. Kalau tak faham, kena tanya saya. Kena bagi tahu saya. Sebab penting topik ni. Okay, so thank you for your time. Pergilah rehat. tak ada kelas lagi dah kan? Tapi jangan sampai terlajak tidur ya. Dah boleh zuhur dah ni. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Have a nice weekend. Alright, bye. Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.